fair and give 100%. Let's play Dixie softball.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is the fourth game of the day here on Field 1, Alabama and South Carolina. A couple of teams that have not tasted defeat in the Darlings World Series. South Carolina with a win over Virginia, then Tennessee, Alabama with wins over Louisiana and Florida. And the two 2-0 teams meeting here as Collins Fulmer sends it to center field, and the catch made in center, and let's see who that is making the grab. That is Tinsley Barwick. So a nice play by Barwick for out number one. Collins Fulmer, the one-hitter. Brooklyn Sasser hitting second for Alabama. Kinsley Cox is the three-hitter. Ground to short. Latham's got it late to first. And on with a one-out single is Sasser. So a base runner aboard. Kinsley Cox, the three-hitter. Claire Dixon batting fourth. Kenny Wallace will bat fifth. Zelaya Reynolds is the six-hitter. Andy Smith in the seven-hole. Brooklyn Kilpatrick hitting eighth. Tammy Slater was the nine-hitter. Libby Paul in the 10 spot. Sawyer Blair will bat 11th, and Bertie Stevens will hit in the 12-hole. South Carolina's got Avery Inlow in the circle beside the pitcher. Behind the plate, Ellery Shealy. Braylon Barwick is the first baseman. At second, Sophie Patterson. Shortstop, Autumn Latham, and the third baseman, Ansley Miles. Outfield of Lizzie Patterson in left. Left center, Tinsley Barwick. Right center field, Kinsley Cook, and the right fielder is Ansley Robertson. A couple of teams that will be playing tomorrow no matter what. Win or lose, they're still into the Final Four. Take the big question mark as this one is fouled away over towards left field. Will it be Louisiana or Tennessee in the other spot? And we know South Carolina, Alabama, North Carolina in. Who gets that final spot? And Louisiana and Tennessee are currently in the 8th inning in a 1-1 ball game. It started at 2 o'clock this afternoon and is still rolling at 20 after 3. Shot towards short. That will drop in as a base hit for Cox. And will hit and roll. Sasser on her way to third. Cox to second, taking the turn, headed home. Sasser throw to the plate, and she'll be tagged out. Avery Inlow getting her. So Cox with a hit, but Sasser tagged out at the plate. Cox goes to third there with 2 gone. Claire Dixon drives it to second. That'll get underneath the mitt of Sophie Patterson and roll. In comes Cox. On her way to second, Dixon. She'll get there safely. And Alabama on the board in the top of the first. Claire Dixon delivering with an RBI single. And I believe it was Alabama earlier today against Florida that ripped off about 8 at-bats after getting 2 gone. They would love to put something like that together here against South Carolina. That'll drop into foul territory. Fair to begin with, took a right turn and goes foul. Kenny Wallace with a base runner at second. One out top of the first. Last of the winners bracket games. And after this one, only one team will be unbeaten. Into left field with the Kenny Wallace base hit. Meanwhile, coming on home is Dixon. Wallace on her way to third. She'll get there safely. And Alabama with a 2-zip lead.
Now batting number 24.
Zelaya Reynolds next. Andy Smith moving to the on-deck circle. Got an Angels game going on. And we've got, obviously, a Darlings game going on. And let's see what the discussion is between officials. Requested by the South Carolina coach. And we will see if anything changes. 2 runs in, 2 gone. Runner at third and Wallace. And Reynolds coming to the plate. And apparently a question mark as to whether Wallace should be at third, maybe back to second, had she crossed the hash mark. And the officials say yes, she is at third. Zelia Reynolds, 2 gone, 2 in, 1 runner on. Andy Smith on deck. Popped up, it'll get out of play. Chase given from first by Barwick. A little bit outside with the pitch. And Reynolds saying, I'll wait on another from coach. Andy Smith on deck. Wallace, your runner at third. 2 runners in. Cox and Dixon. Shot over towards right field. That'll be a base hit that brings in Wallace and gives extra bases to Reynolds on her way to second. Wow, what a perfect throw, though. Might have got her, didn't it? It did. Just the perfect throw from Robertson in right field. And Reynolds tagged out at second, did bring in Wallace to make it a 3-zip lead. But tagged out going to second as we head to the bottom of the first. Well, in between innings, a hop up, go and take a look over across the way to Tennessee and Louisiana. That game is now in the 9th and still tied at 1. So they have played 2 games, basically, in that Tennessee-Louisiana game. Trying to get a winner. Somebody eliminated there, and the winner will move on to Monday's play. And the loser will wrap up their year. Here we know 2 teams will move on. One with a blemish, one without. Tinsley Barwick starting it off for South Carolina. Autumn Latham is the 2-hitter. 3 spot belongs to Braylon Barwick. Ansley Miles in the 4-hole. Avery Inlow hitting 5th. Sophie Patterson is the 6-hitter. Lizzie Patterson batting 7th. 8-hitter Ansley Robertson. Lee Price hits 9th. Kinsley Cook 10th. Ellery Shealy is the 11-hitter. And Presley Price in the 12th spot. Alabama's got Brooklyn Kilpatrick in the circle beside the pitcher. Behind the plate is Libby Paul. That is ground to third. Wallace going over to first with the throw. Not quite in time, and Barwick on. Base runner aboard for Autumn Latham. First baseman Claire Dixon for Alabama. Popped up to second baseman Collins Fulmer, who will make the catch for out number 1. And the catch made right on cue with her introduction in the starting lineup. Brooklyn Sasser is the shortstop. And we've already been introduced to third baseman Kenny Wallace. Outfield, Andy Smith is in left. Left center, Kinsley Cox, as that one's pucked up to the right side. Catch made by Blair, and she'll go to first and get the double play. Barwick off the back. So despite the single, a 3 up, 3 down, bottom of the first.
Stepping into the bat, number 12, left fielder, Andy Smith.
All right, here we go. All right, let's go, bro. All right, baby, let's go, baby. Good job. You ready, baby?
Top of the second gets underway. Andy Smith starts it. Brooklyn Kilpatrick and Taylor Slater due up in the inning, too. South Carolina getting a base hit from leadoff hitter Tinsley Barwick. And it's hit to second, and the catch made by Sophie Patterson. And there is one away. Brooklyn Kilpatrick to the plate.
Brooklyn Kilpatrick.
But Braylon Barwick wrapped into the double play, and Tinsley Barwick got caught off first in the bottom of the first. And that's got us to the second inning in a 3-zip ball game. 87 degrees here in Virginia after an overnight low of 62. I'm from way down in South Alabama, right there on the Florida line, so I'm just kind of rubbing that in to my Alabama friends. Over to third with from third to first with a throw. Kilpatrick out of the miles, toss to Barwick. And there's 2 gone.
Now stepping to the plate, number
Yeah, 62 this morning. 87 now, feels like 93. 44% humidity. Visibility of 21 miles. Winds out of the south at 2, gusting to 9. Sunsets at 8:19. Got a moonrise at 12:39 a.m. Line to short, catch made there by Latham. Alabama goes 1-2-3 in the top of the second. We head to the bottom part of the inning, the South Carolina half, with Miles, Inlow, and Patterson due up. We head to the bottom of the second. Ainsley Miles will start on. Avery Inlow and Sophie Patterson due up in the inning too. Keep hopping up to go look at the scoreboard on the other side of the complex here to see if that Tennessee-Louisiana game is done. It's not. It's in the 10th now. Tied up at 1.
leading
We are in the bottom part of the second.
Number 3,
In a 3-zip Alabama lead. Miles to start it off for South Carolina. No swing in the opening pitch. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Got a goal. Got to believe we're going to make it. I mean, it's going to be tough. Odds against us. As that is grounded short, picked up by Sasser. And to throw to first in time to get Miles on the 6-3. We are trying to get to 5,000 YouTube subscribers. And I think we need about 300 more.
now batting number
And I know we've got, what, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 more games to pick up 300. And, of course, 4 in the Angels play, too. Ground to first, but foul. So that means we need everybody watching to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I just say, what do I get out of it? Well, our gratitude, our appreciation, our friendship. Okay, none of that really incentivizes it, right? What about a new car? Okay, we don't have a budget for a new car. Just was asking. Don't have the means to make that happen. Avery and Lowe, one away. Nobody aboard. We're in the bottom of the second. Popped up to right field. That will drop in. But the out is registered on this 9-3 put out. Blair able to get it in and get in low. And there's 2 gone.
to the bat for South Carolina, number 15, Sophie Patterson.
Sophie Patterson in the plate. Lizzie Patterson moving to the on-deck circle. Paul Blair and Stevens. When you get to the top of the inning for Alabama, hit to short. Sasser's got it. Goes to first. South Carolina going 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the second.
Leading off for the state champions from Alabama, pitcher number 3, Libby Paul.
Top of the third, Libby Paul starts it. Sawyer Blair and Bernie Stevens do up in the inning, too. That is popped up on the infield. Going over from short to make the catch is Autumn Latham. And that is 5 in a row now retired by the South Carolina defense. By the way, if you're wondering if we are doing shout-outs in the fourth, you betcha. So go ahead, put those creative thinking caps on. You're thinking of what you would like to say. That will sail over the head of Lizzie Patterson. Blair on her way to second. And she'll get there safely with a 1-out double. 6th hit of the ball game for Alabama. And a base runner in scoring position for Bernie Stevens, the 12-hitter. South Carolina in the bottom of the inning, sending 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. Patterson, Robertson, and Price. A little bit outside with a pitch to Stevens. But yeah, shout-outs in the fourth. By now you probably know how it works. If not, we'll get into all of that in the fourth inning. But I will give you a little teaser that involves who, what, and where. Popped up. And it is over the backstop and out of play. Bernie Stevens, the last Alabama player to get their first at-bat of the ball game. Happening here in the top part of the third. Ground to short, grabbed by Latham, goes to first, gets the out, to third goes Blair. She'll be there safely. And there's two gone. Top of the order, Collins Fulmer to the plate. Flew out to left center field. That nice Tinsley Barwick catch that happened in the first inning. Fulmer 0 for 1 in the game. Brooklyn Sasser on deck. Well, the swing of the bat, which was not meant to be a strike by Fulmer, just was kind of acknowledging she wasn't going to swing. Swung. Barwick will make the catch at first. Out goes Fulmer, left on is Blair. It's still 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, Lizzie Patterson starts it. Ansley Robertson and Lee Price do up in the inning for South Carolina. Alabama with a 3-run first, and that's been it thus far. 3-zip ball game headed to the bottom of the third. By the way, checked on Louisiana and Tennessee again. They are still tied at 1 and still in the 10th. So those young ladies have played 2 games. Get their money's worth. Over on field 3. And a slice in the direction of left field. Drops in as a leadoff single for Patterson. Second South Carolina base hit of the game. Got a leadoff single in the first. Get a leadoff base hit in the third. Ansley Robertson to the plate. Lee Price moving to the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss by Robertson. Sasser, Cox, and Dixon. 2, 3, and 4 in the Alabama order. When you get to the fourth, I'll tell you that Louisiana-Tennessee game is going to be a heartbreaker for somebody. Popped up to short, and there the catch made by Brooklyn Sasser. As I mentioned, this one won't send anybody home. Both of these teams will be playing tomorrow. However, one will play with a blemish on their record. The other will not. Ground towards first. Grabbed there by Dixon. And we'll get the out at first of Lee Price. Patterson to second, but 2 gone.
Number 12, Kinsley Cook.
Kinsley Cook followed by Ellery Sheely. Ground towards third, grabbed there by Wallace. Over to first with the throw, and out will go Cook on the 5-3. We have wrapped up 3, going to the 4th. Alabama by 3.
Leading off, number 14, Brooklyn.
Top of the 4th, Brooklyn Sasser leading it off for Alabama. Time to get into your shout-outs. It's a 4th inning feature. As it is popped up to short, Latham gets underneath. There's one away. And now there's only 5 outs left in your shout-outs. Here's what we're looking for. Who's it to? Who's it from? Where are you watching from? You want to snap a picture, send it to us, somehow get us in the photo. Yeah, we like to hog pictures. iPhone, iPad, big screen, you name it. And send it to the number attached to your scoreboard, 334-488-1385. 334-488-1385 to send shout-outs. And yes, I realize that you can shout out on YouTube anytime you like. And you can keep doing that. But we audibilize them in the 4th. I don't know if I've ever used that word in a broadcast before. We audibilize them. Shout out says, you got this, Alabama. Go girls, love Maggie. Got the softball emoji. Kinsley Cox fouling it away. Shout out to all my Troy girls. Coach Whitney is so proud of you all. And I'm watching and cheering for you back home. Keep those bats hot and play your game. You got this. Go Alabama. Pew crew from Troy, Alabama, checking in. Let's go Alabama. The Pew family is watching, and we are pulling for you to win it all. Knocked down by Enlow in the circle. Won't get the throw to first. Kinsley Cox on with a single. And by the way, a reminder, I just don't charge errors. If you're 8U, you're playing out here on a hot day in Virginia. You can make mistakes to your little heart's desire, and I'm not writing them down as an E. Jimmy Reynolds watching his grandbaby Z Reynolds. Thanks, Jimmy, for watching Z. Keep it up, Saw Baby. We're so proud of you, Aunt Sam and Jared in Troy, Alabama. Go Sawyer Blair. You're on fire. We love you. Aunt Ivy and Uncle Kimba. Dropped into center field. Can Cox get to second before the throw? Nope. That'll be an 8-4 put out. Gets the lead runner for out number 2. Dixon is at first. Bring back the rings, Troy, from Alicia, Emery, and Ellis. Nix is pulling for you, Zelaya, from Team Alabama. You go, girl. Kenny Wallace, 2 gone, 1 on. Popped up to short. Latham underneath for the catch. And Wallace out number 3. 1 runner stranded, nobody scores. Second half of the 4th and second half of your shout-outs coming up.
For South Carolina, number 27, Ellie Sheely.
We head to the bottom of the fourth. Ellery Sheely to start it off. Presley Price, Tinsley Barwick. Due up in the inning, too, by the way. I did hop up. I did check on the Louisiana-Tennessee game. I know this is Alabama-South Carolina, but these are 5-inning games. And Louisiana and Tennessee are tied at 1 now in the 11th. Sheely grounding into second. Over to first goes the throw from Fulmer, and out goes Sheely on the 4-3. And there is one away. Presley Price to the plate. Shout-out says, good luck, Collins, from your Southern Steel family. And Landry Jones. Thank you very much, Southern Steel and Landry. Shout-out to Alabama assistant coach Paul Cox and number 3 batter Kinsley from Zakarski Workers, watching the tube in Troy. Thank you very much for checking in Troy. Sawyer B making us proud. We love you, the Pugh family. That is rolled foul towards first by Presley Price. Go girls, you got it. Zalea, I love you, watching from Dallas, Texas. Thank you very much, Big D. Let's go T. Slater from, no, let's go T. Slater from Jamal in Atlanta. Thank you very much, Hotlanta, for checking in. Let's go T. Slater from your family in Georgia. Fouled away by Price. Go Alabama, the Radies are cheering you on from Troy. Kinsley, Kenny, and Claire, we love you. Go Alabama, we're so proud of you. Butterfly from the Terry family. Thanks for all the shout-outs. Hey, South Carolina, need to hear from you too. As that one is rolled foul towards first by Price. Tinsley Barwick on deck. 334-488-1385. Shout-outs in the fourth. Rolled foul this time to the other side. I have worked 3 events this summer in Troy, by the way. A couple of ALA BCA events at Troy University, the underclassmen and the upperclassmen. Another one fouled off by Price. And then a showcase series there at Troy University. Ground towards third. Wallace has got it. Goes to first with the throw. And she'll get the out of Price on the 5-3. 2 gone as we head back to the top of the order. Here we go with a shout-out from South Carolina. Go South Carolina. Thank you very much. We want to be fair and balanced. Let's go TT baby. Z Reynolds. Dropped over in left field. Almost Purdy Stevens with a spectacular catch, but couldn't hang on. And Tinsley Barwick on with 2 gone. Well, that gives us a little more 4th inning shout-out time. Let's go Collins. Love the Horton family. Around to second. Fulmer's got it. Goes to first. Latham out on the 4-3. Hey, thanks for the shout-outs. We're done with 4. Going to the fifth in a 3-zip game.
Stay tall, Delia. All right, sis. Stay tall. Let's go, Dirk.
Now batting number 24, Zalea Reynolds.
All right, so you ready, baby? Stay tall. Rip it. Hey, stay tall. Hit the center. Drive.
Top of the fifth gets underway. Zalea Reynolds sending it into right center field and a leadoff base hit for Alabama. Hey, thanks for all the shout-outs. Wherever you are watching from, Dallas, Atlanta, Alabama, South Carolina. Good to have you on the other end of the broadcast. And don't forget, looking for it, 5,000 YouTube subscribers. Right now, I think we've got, between the two games, something like 350, 400 folks watching. Everybody, if they click subscribe, we're there. So if you don't mind, do. Andy Smith driving it up the middle. Couple of base runners on. Back-to-back singles for Alabama. Trying to tack on a little insurance before going to the bottom part of the fifth. South Carolina trying to keep it at 3. Brooklyn Kilpatrick to the plate. Ground into a 5-3 in the second. 0 for 1 in the game. No swing on the opening pitch from Coach. A few more shout-outs. Let's go number 24, Z Reynolds. Let's go SC. Aunt Apple loves you, Ansley. Thank you very much. Aunt Apple. Ground towards third. Miles will take it, step on the bag, and get the lead runner. 2 on and 1 gone. T. Slater coming to the plate. Taylor Slater, who lined out to short in the second. Back to the plate here in the fifth, and we'll foul that one off. Libby Paul moving to the on-deck circle. South Carolina in the bottom part of the inning has 3, 4, and 5 coming to the plate. That is a base wrap. It is underneath the mid of Patterson at second. Travels into center field. Here comes Smith. She'll score from second. Slater with an RBI single. And the first run since the first inning for Alabama. Turns it into a 4-zip game. Libby Paul to the plate. Shout out says, let's go SC. Uncle Shane and Aunt Kathy watching. And Shane and Kathy. Swing that bat, number 2, says the shout out. And number 2 did just that. RBI single for Slater. Sawyer Blair on deck. Libby Paul awaits. And we'll send that one foul. Alabama, as I mentioned, trying to get some insurance. Got to run. Trying to make that hole a little deeper for South Carolina before going to the bottom part of the inning. South Carolina trying to minimize the damage. 3 Alabama hits in the inning, raising their game total to 10.
Good eye, Libby Paul. There we go.
No swing on the pitch to Paul, who popped out to short. That happened back in the third. No swing on the pitch, and the 5th one coming. So Paul's got a swing on this one. Shout out to Collins Fulmer and Sawyer Blair. Your KW family is proud of you. Driven up the middle. Not in time with the throw to second. Rounding third, coming down. Kilpatrick. She'll come in to score. Slater on her way to third, and Libby Paul takes off for second.
Let's go.
So another run in as Kilpatrick will score. Paul picking up the RBI. Sawyer Blair to the plate. Blair with a double in the third. Bernie Stevens on deck. Alabama tacking on 2 in the inning. Growing the lead to 5. That will hop over the middle of Latham. Into center field. Here comes Slater. Rounding third, Paul puts on the brakes, goes back. Sawyer Blair will go to second following the RBI single. And Alabama by 6. This is the 7th hitter in the inning. And your max is 10. Collins Fulmer moving to the on-deck circle. Bernie Stevens grounding into the 6-3 putout. Couple of runners on, 3 runners in. And Alabama has doubled their lead.
3 more pitches.
Pitch number 2, 3 to go to Stevens. Barwick, Miles, and in low in the bottom of the 5th for South Carolina. And it's the 3, 4, and 5 spots. Ground into left field, base hit for Stevens. Paul is in. Throw going to third, safely there. Blair. Stevens heading for second. An RBI single takes the bag on the throw to third.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Number 8.
And Alabama by 7 with Collins Fulmer to the plate. The 8th hitter in the inning. Again, the max is 10, 2 to go. Lead currently 7. Fulmer is popped out to left center and lined out to first. Floats this one into right field. That's a base hit. Blair in to score. Let's see if Stevens will do the same. Takes the turn at third. She'll come in to score. Chased back to first, and now in between first and second is Fulmer, and she'll get safely to second.
Now batting number 14, Brooklyn.
So a couple of RBIs in a 9-zip game, and South Carolina calling time. And they've gotten into a situation where Now the backs are up against the wall. You've got 2 more hitters that come to the plate. There is a runner aboard. If the runner aboard and one of the 2 comes to the plate and they come in and score, then we don't go to the bottom of the 5th. It would be mathematically impossible for South Carolina to come back and win it. Even if they sent all 10 hitters to the plate and all 10 came in. Shout out says, here we go, Collins, here we go. Collins at second. Brooklyn Sasser, 1 for 2 in the game. Kinsley Cox on deck. And right now, if you're South Carolina, you've got to have 9 out of 10 come in and score. That is dropped in left field. Nice try, nice effort. Lizzie Patterson stretching out the frame, couldn't bring it in. Kinsley Cox coming to the plate. And she is the 10th hitter, so when she bats, everybody runs and doesn't stop, where Alabama is concerned. And South Carolina looking to just get that out wherever they can get it. Cox 2 for 2 in the game. Singles in the 1st and 4th. Shout out says, here we go, Brooklyn. Here we go. You got Brooklyn and Collins on for Kinsley Cox. And she will send that one foul. 2 strikes from 2 pitches. Cox with a single in the 1st, came in and scored a run. Singled in the 4th and was taken off the base path when Claire Dixon wrapped into the 8-4. Fouled away by Cox. Last pitch to Cox. Last hitter in a 10 at-bat 5th inning for Alabama. There's the swing and miss. Cox goes down, 2 stranded. 6 come in. And South Carolina has got to get everybody in the bottom of the 5th to win it. 9 in to tie it. And if 2 go down, the bottom of the 5th will end. Bottom of the 5th gets underway. Braylon Barwick wrapping into the 1-3 put out, and there's 1 away. Getting you updated, by the way, on that Louisiana-Tennessee game. Louisiana has taken the lead in the 12th, 5-1, and they are in the bottom part of the inning. So Tennessee has got to come back, or Louisiana will win that one. There is a base wrap up the middle for Ansley Miles. Trying to track it down before it reaches the fence is Cox. On her way to third. Miles, the throw, not quite in time. And a one-out Miles triple. And still hope for South Carolina. They've got 8 more hitters. They've got a runner on, and they've got to get that runner in, and all 8 hitters in as well. If there is one more South Carolina out, the game ends. We won't have to go to a third out, and the logic being, and there's that out. Line out the second for out number 2, and that actually should end the game because you have only got 7 more hitters. You got a runner on. The max they could play is 8. And it's a 9-0 lead. So, for all practical purposes, the game over. But we will play it out on the bottom of the 5th. Patterson. Ground to third, picked up by Wallace. And a couple of base runners on with 2 gone. Lindsey Patterson to the plate. Ground to third. Throw goes to second to get the out, and there you officially bring the ball game to an end of the 5-4 put out. Alabama will win it by a 9-zip final. And at the moment, although we do not know Tennessee can come back in the bottom of the 12th, just like Louisiana played and runs in the top part of the inning, but it looks like at the moment your final 4, South Carolina, Alabama, North Carolina, and Louisiana, but don't count Tennessee out. All our play on field 1 wraps up, and we will be back tomorrow. Here is a last look at how this one finished. For South Carolina, a total of 5 hits. They will leave 4 stranded and go scoreless. Alabama, 15 hits. 4 left aboard. And their runs debited up this way, 3 in the first and 6 in the 5th. Alabama, the only unbeaten team in Darling's play, will take on North Carolina at 11:30 tomorrow morning. South Carolina still in the hunt. And they will take on the winner of the Louisiana-Tennessee game that is in the 12th, with Louisiana at the moment leading it by a 5-1 score. So we'll see who's playing at 10 tomorrow. We know who's playing at 11:30. And we'll see who advances to a 2 p.m. championship. Thanks for watching. Still got an Angels play game going on, and then another Angels play game at 5 p.m. if you want to catch that. And 2, don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go to the website of JockJive.com and sign up for a premium channel, which gives you access to unlimited downloads, all the games played, all of the games that we cover over the course of a year, available there for a $25 fee. And then, of course, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. I will see you tomorrow. Paul Travitsky's got one more Angels game. He'll see you in a bit. Thanks for watching. For Prince George and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.